Alright, welcome to my day 86 progression guide. So it looks like we did not get a level increase, so maybe tomorrow, or who knows, it could probably be Saturday. But we'll find out. So starting out, you want to go to your artificial island, then you want to go back to build, and then you want to hit claim because you can only hold these resources for 24 hours. Again, I just want to give you a reminder, make sure you do your island because the week is getting close to ending, and check your exchange store. You want to go ahead and buy these weekly items as well. But besides that, you want to do Mia's Kitchen, and you want to do your daily bounties, and I'm going to do a Vera. Next, we got Vitality, starting with joint operations. So for today, we got access to boots, but again, I'm mainly going to be focusing on weapon materials because once we reach level 75, I'm most likely going to be running joint operations. Which brings us to interstellar exploration. You want to check and see if you have any level 3 stargates, and how you can tell is if the weapon battery category has a number 3, but if it has a number 2, it's a level 2 stargate, and you might want to consider doing those. If you don't have any level 3s or level 2s, you can do dimensional trials, or if you need money, you can do space-time domain. But you might also want to try to get omnium beacons, so that way when you have to push towards that 80, you have 25 beacons you can lay down. Then we have our optionals to where you can give gifts to your 1.0 characters, so you can do that by going to the black market, Cetus Island and doing the claw machine, and doing your 2 trainings for the day. But what is not optional is you want to do your fun zones and do your Greyspace fishers for the day. If you need help on how to do any of those, I have a guide on my channel. Then we have our events, starting with Mirroria Tour. If you haven't maxed out the store, you want to make sure you're running that. Don't forget about our supply run. You want to make sure you're logging in every day so that we can get that. Then we have Ultimate Weapon. You want to make sure you get your intel gathering done. And for today, we have Weapon Destruction. And like I said yesterday, I think this is the better one. You probably just want to run Weapon Destruction over and over and quickly get your points. Also, if you enjoy these daily guys, I would greatly appreciate a like so that way they can spread more on YouTube. And we got another devs report to where they're talking about 2 major things that we've been discussing in the community, and that is our hacking and security issues and server transfers. So I'm going to go ahead and leave a link down in the description so that way you guys can read this for yourself, but here is the quick version of what they're trying to do. So first, they apologize for taking so long to address some of the hacking issues and not being very transparent with the community. They were trying to prevent the hackers from catching on to their plans. And on top of that, they do plan to optimize their patches in the future so that way it'll be a lot harder for hackers to do what they do. On top of that, they're going to do weekly audits so that way they can quickly find hackers and deal with them accordingly. But for server transfers, I know that's what a lot of people are wondering, and it does look like that may be coming soon because what they said is there's still a lot of security issues and account safety that they got to deal with. So unfortunately, they can't give an announcement quite yet, but we should maybe get an official announcement sometime in the second half of November. And I'm thinking that's most likely lining up to when 2.1 comes out. So we might have another extra little surprise on our next live stream. Then we have our weekly tab. You want to make sure you're doing enough things down here so you can get everything up top, which brings us to our challenges. If you're trying to do something like the Bygone Phantasm or Frontier Clash, you might want to use your Mia's Kitchens to power yourself up, but just make sure you use all those before the day is over. So starting with the Bygone Phantasm. Again, I recommend that you take a look at the weapon bonus, and if you have a good weapon bonus, you try to do this sneak to the next level, so that way you can jump up 11 levels if you can beat that floor. But after that, I would recommend doing the sequential phantasm, but you could wait because again, that level increase is coming soon, whether it be tomorrow or Saturday. Frontier Clash, we got another attempt today, so again, if you have a Volt team, you might want to try to find some wells to run you through. Void Rift, so this is a first time boss for you want to make sure you do that. Wormhole, we have another 5 days to complete this, so you want to make sure you knock that out. This time around, we have Frost and Flame Vulnerability, at least for my server, and our Blessing Runes are a little random. We have Physical and Vote, which are not powered up, so I don't really recommend running those teams. Ideally, if you have a good Frost or Fire team, run those. But we do have Blood Rage, which is really good, so for me, I'm going to most likely try to go for Blood Rage and also try to get all the crit to make up for the crit that I'm losing, and probably get like the Affinity Blade attack thing, which is very good, and then just all the other attacks. Raid, again, you want to make sure you're doing the heroic mode of both of these first 2 levels, and you knock out the battle test area. And Apex League, if you're trying to reach Grand Marshal for this season, you might want to put in a couple hours. Then we got our daily buys, so you want to go to shop, then buy your 2 vitality solutions. Now again, this is only if you can afford it. Brings us to the commissary, starting with the Crystal Dust store. Now I recommend that you buy your advancement modules, your booster modules, and your Vera special gifts. And also try to get your potent Omnium Crystal at least enough to get up to 8.3. But if you're a free-to-play / load to spend player, you could consider probably passing. But again, still thinking it's best to just get enough for 8.3. But when it comes to your golden crystal dust, I recommend that you get boots and you have a good pair of boots, then I recommend you get handguards. And if you have a good pair of handguards, then you can get whatever else you want. Space Time Store, essentially you're just using all of your crystal fragments to buy combat engines. Cruise Store, the only thing you should spend your points on are relic shards. And the relics that I recommend are Space Time Rift or Omnium Shield. And how you get crew points is by doing your daily donations and knocking out your 4 missions for the week. Support Store, you want to make sure you buy your 3 joint supply chips for the week. And if you can, try to get your proof of purchase and your Go Nucleus for the week. And if you need help on how to get return support points, be sure to check out my guide. Point Store, now the only thing that I think you should spend your points on are most likely a spare of special gifts until you max out your 1.0 characters, but if you do max them out, you can consider getting Matrix data packs. But besides that, I just recommend exploring Vera. Of course, Saki is announced to come out next, and if you're going to be rolling for Saki or Lin or some other character in the future, it's going to help to have those roles prepared. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If so, check out my Should You Pull for Saki video. But other than that, talk to you guys later.